Hello, everybody. It's Rob Thompson, associate broker with the agency here in Colorado Springs. I'm one of the admins in the group you're probably watching this video in. I wanted to answer a question I'm seeing pop up with increasing frequency this last week. As people aren't finding rental homes, they're asking the question, should I just go ahead and buy? That's only a question that you can answer. But what I want to do specifically with this video is prepare you that when you buy a home, you are going to have the majority of the cost on the sell side. So, and what I mean by that is most of the fees in selling a home are deducted from the seller's proceeds. So, for example, on the left-hand side of your screen, I have a little Word document open that says what to expect when you're selling a home. So here are some of the things you need to prepare for. So you on a VA loan, for example, you might get into a home for very no money down and only a little bit of fees, such as the appraisal or the inspection, earnest money. But when you go to sell, you need to understand that you need some equity. You might not have to bring money to the table necessarily, but you need at least 7 to 10% equity in the property to sell to break even, where break even is defined as not bringing money to the table. What do I mean by that? So when you go to sell a house, you're going to have some agent fees. If you use agents, there's going to be some title costs. There's potential repair costs. Maybe the deck needs to be fixed, etc. Maybe the AC needs to be serviced. You're also going to have seller's concessions, which are usually known as closing costs. However, it's important to recognize the distinction that seller's concessions are a contribution towards closing costs. But anyway, all of those add up to 7 to 10%, depending on what you negotiate for your agents, what you negotiate for repair costs, what you negotiate for concessions. But the bottom line is, if you have a $200,000 home, which is increasingly hard to find in this market, but say you have a $200,000 home, you need to budget for, let's call it 7%. We'll go times 1.07. So your home needs to be worth at least $214,000 to sell without bringing money to the table in the future with a 7% budget. If you have a $200,000 home, and you need to sell for 10%, your home needs to be worth approximately $220,000 to break even, where break even is defined as not bringing money to the table. I like to use that specific definition of break even because it doesn't account for carrying costs. If you want to make a profit, you obviously need some more equity and appreciation than that. I hope that helped answer this question or prepare some expectations too for the backside. There's a more nuanced argument of who actually pays the agents. It's the equity from the seller's proceeds that typically pay the agents, but the buyer is financing that mortgage. So I think it's in reality both, but the bottom line is that the deduction occurs on the seller's side most often. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. See you around.